See, the third topic and today's topic is fiscal year variant. Just a minute. So fiscal year variant. So first let us try to understand what is variant. Okay. Then what is fiscal year in SAP? Then after that, what is fiscal year variant? Variant. Variant means it is an object for which some values are defined. See, it is an object for which some values are defined. When this object is assigned to another object, then those values are also applicable to that other object. This is called variant principle. The variant principle is widely used in SAP. So what exactly is the meaning of this variant and what is the use of this variant? You can understand at the end of the topic. Now, fiscal year. Fiscal year is also called accounting year. The accounting year means it is a period of 12 months for which the organizations generally prepare the financial statements. So the fiscal year may be the calendar year or it may be non-calendar year. Means here you take any country, right? In that country, right, the business organizations normally have to maintain the books of accounts for a period of 12 months and they have to prepare and present the financial statements for a period of 12 months. That period of 12 months is called accounting year, but the accounting year is called fiscal year in SAP. Yeah, variant, I will come to that point. Abbas, right? Variant means it is an object for which some values are defined, right? So that is the meaning of the variant. So what is that variant meaning again? You can understand at the end of the topic only. So fiscal year means accounting year. So accounting year may be the calendar year, right? So calendar year means January to December. Normally, this calendar year is taken as fiscal year in the case of US country companies. So the accounting year may be non-calendar year. Non-calendar year means it may be April to March, or it may be July to June, or it may be October to September. So April to March means starting from the April of current calendar year and ending with the March of next calendar year. Similarly, July to June means starting from the July of current calendar year and ending with the June of next calendar year. Just a minute. Then October to September means starting from the October of current calendar year and ending with the September of next calendar year. So in the case of any non-calendar year also, the fiscal year normally contains 12 months. So in USA, right, we follow January to December as fiscal year. And in India, we follow April to March as fiscal year. Why we follow April to March in India, right? See, normally this April to March is followed as fiscal year in the case of Asian countries. So for example, if you take India, we follow April to March. Why? We have one Indian Income Tax Act of 1961. So that Indian Income Tax Act 1961 clearly specifies that every business enterprise should maintain the books of accounts. And from those books of accounts, we should draw the P&L account and balance sheet. And on that profit, we have to pay income tax. That's why every business organization in India will follow the fiscal year as April to March. Like that, every country will have its own legal enactments. That legal enactments will clearly specify, right, which fiscal year we have to follow. We cannot go against this rule. Then July to June is followed in case of some European countries, right? Now, first I will explain the fiscal year from the viewpoint of non-calendar year. Then I will explain the fiscal year from the viewpoint of January to December. So in India, the present fiscal year is 2022 and 2023. That means it has started from April 2022 and it will end with March 2023. That is the meaning of April to March. So this is called the year as 2022 and 2023. But in SAP, right, the year 2022 and 2023 is called the fiscal year 2022. See, the year 2022 and 2023 is called the fiscal year 2022. Then the year 2023 and 2024 is called the fiscal year 2023. Similarly, the year 2024 and 2025 is called the fiscal year 2024, and so on. So everywhere we have to enter the fiscal year in SAP, right? So wherever you need to enter the fiscal year, we have to enter only 2022 or 2023 or 2024. You cannot enter in this format. Okay. So in SAP, when you say fiscal year 2022, remember in SAP, when you say fiscal year 2022, we have to understand that it contains the months starting from April 2022 and ends with March 2023. Similarly, if you say fiscal year 2023, we have to understand that it contains the periods or months starting from April 2023 and ends with March 2024. March 2024. Similarly, when you say fiscal year 2024, it contains the periods from April 2024 and ends with March 2025. That's how we represent the fiscal year in SAP. So do one thing in your material, right? Please write down here. Some space is there, no? In the page number 9. In the material, please write down. In SAP, the fiscal year is represented in SAP. The fiscal year is represented with the calendar year. The fiscal year is represented with the calendar year in which the more number of, the fiscal year is represented with the calendar year in which the more number of months are falling. In which the more number of months are falling. Look at the scheme. Here, 2022 and 2023 means April 2022 to March 2023, right? So in the calendar year 2022, 9 months are falling, right? That's why that is represented as 2022 fiscal year. Similarly, 2023 and 2024. In that case, in the calendar year 2023, 9 months are falling, April to December, right? Then January, February, March, only 3 months are falling in the 2024 calendar year. That's why this is represented with the calendar year 2023, right? Continue. In case equal number of months are falling, in case equal number of months are falling, in case equal number of months are falling in 2 calendar years, the first calendar year is taken as the fiscal year. Is taken as the fiscal year. Look at the scheme. Here, July to June means it will start from July 2022 and ends with June 2023, right? In that case, 6 months are falling in the calendar year 2022 and another 6 months are falling in the calendar year 2023. Even then, right, the fiscal year is represented with the first calendar year. That's how we represent the fiscal years in SAP. Now, in India, the current fiscal year is 2022. So it contains the periods. Normally, we call them as months, but in SAP, every month is called period or posting period. So the fiscal year 2022 contains the periods. from April 2022 and ends with March 2023. In that case, April 2022 is called the first posting period of fiscal year 2022. April 2022 is called the first posting period of fiscal year 2022. May 2022 is called second posting period of fiscal year 2022. June 2022 is called the third posting period of fiscal year 2022, and so on. On the same lines, right, December 2022 is called the ninth posting period of fiscal year 2022. Once December is over, we enter into the calendar year 2023, but still our fiscal year is not yet over. So January 2023 is called 10th posting period of fiscal year 2022. February 2023 is called 11th posting period of fiscal year 2022. Then March 2022 is called 12th posting period of fiscal year 2022. That's how the months are represented in every fiscal year. So the fiscal year contains 12 months or 12 periods or 12 posting periods. Months, periods, posting periods all are same. Now, here after March 2023, after 31st March 2023, right, we have to prepare the financial statements, the profit and loss account and balance sheet. But for the purpose of preparing financial statements, right, we have to post number of adjustments, right? We have to post number of adjustments. Without these adjustments, we cannot prepare the P&L account and balance sheet. Even if you prepare the P&L account and balance sheet without adjustments, right, there is no use of them. So what are the adjustments? See, we are producing and selling 10 finished products. We are producing and selling 10 finished products. So we are using 25 raw materials. We are using 25 raw materials. Then we are using 5 types of packing materials. Right? Then we are using 10 types of consumables in your manufacturing process. Right? Then we are having 5,000 customers. We are having 5,000 customers. Right? Now, today is 31st March 2023. Assume today is March 31st, 2023. In that case, right, we are preparing financial statements. In that case, we will have the inventories, closing stock of 10 finished goods. We may have the closing stock of 25 raw materials, 5 types of packing materials, 10 types of consumables. So we have to evaluate the closing stocks of all these materials, and we have to display them in the balance sheet and P&L account. Now, we have the 5,000 customers, right? So this year, the trade conditions are very bad. So we are expecting that some of our customers may become bankrupt. So we have to provide for bad and doubtful debts. So how much is to be provided for bad and doubtful debts? For that, we have to analyze the payment history of all the 5,000 customers. So all these are adjustments. How much time it will take? We don't know. Similarly, there are some prepaid expenses and there are some expenses outstanding. We have to create some provisions, right? And there are some incomes received in advance. There are some incomes to be received. So these are all adjustments. And unless you post all these adjustments, yeah, just a minute. Yeah. Sorry. Vishal, can you please mute yourself? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so unless you post all these adjustments, you cannot prepare the financial statements. And in order to post all these adjustments, we require some amount of time, right? That's why, right? After 31st March 2023, we have the time to post adjustments in April 2023, May 2023, June 2023, and July 2023. That means in SAP, after the fiscal year is completed, we have 4 months to post adjustments and prepare the financial statements. We have the 4 months time. Remember, after the close of the fiscal year, we have 4 months time to post the adjustments and to prepare the financial statements in SAP. So here, the periods 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 12, they are called normal posting periods. They are called normal posting periods. Then April 2023 is called, April 2023 and May 2023, June 2023, July 2023, these are called special posting periods. Special posting periods. April 2023 is called 13th period. May 2023 is called 14th period. June 2023 is called 15th period. And July 2023 is called 16th period. So 13, 14, 15, 16. These are called special posting periods, and 1 to 12 are called normal posting periods. Okay, so here the normal posting periods are used to post the day-to-day business transactions. The normal posting periods are used to post the day-to-day business transactions, and the special posting periods are used to post the adjustments to the previous books of accounts for preparing financial statements. All these notes I have given in your notes, don't worry. So here, the normal posting periods are mandatory. The normal posting periods are mandatory, but the special posting periods are optional. Suppose I don't want to have any special periods. I don't want to use any special periods. Yes, that is quite possible. But in that case, you have to be ready with your final financial statements by 31st March 2023, which is just impossible. If you want to have only one special period, then you can post the adjustments up to 30th April 2023. And if you want to have only 2 special periods, you can post adjustments up to 31st May 2023. If you want to have only 3 special periods, you can post adjustments up to 30th June 2023. And if you want to have only 4 special periods, you can post adjustments up to 31st July 2023. That is how the number of special periods you want to have determines the period for which you can post adjustments. Even though the special periods are optional, right? Every client company prefers to have all the 4 special periods, right? And one more thing is, when we post any adjustments in any of the special periods, right? That adjustment will be posted on the last day of the last period of the previous fiscal year, or any date given by the user, right? Again, write down here. I told you to write something in the same page, write down. Otherwise, you can do here. In the page number 10, you can write. Some space is there, no? You can write there. The adjustments posted in any of the special periods, the adjustments posted in any of the special periods are posted by the system, are posted by the system on the last day of the last posting period, on the last day of the last posting period of the previous fiscal year, within brackets, it is 31st March. It is 31st March in case of Indian companies. And the 31st December in case of US companies. Brackets close. Or any date given by the user. Any date given by the user. Okay. So normal posting periods are used to enter the day-to-day business transactions, and special periods are used to post the adjustments to the previous books of accounts. So that is the concept of fiscal year in the case of Indian companies. Then USA companies. So in USA, the current fiscal year is 2022. Means in USA, the calendar year is taken as fiscal year. Calendar year, fiscal year, both are same in USA companies, in the case of USA companies, right? So it contains the periods January to December, right? Then January 2022 is called first posting period of fiscal year 2022. February 2022 is called second posting period of fiscal year 2022. Then March 2022 is called third posting period of fiscal year 2022, and December 2022 is called 12th posting period of fiscal year 2022, and so on. So 12 months are completed, right? Then December 2022 is over. Now we have to prepare the financial statements again. Again, we have to post the adjustments. For that purpose, we have the 4 months time again. January 2023, February 2023, March 2023, April 2023. So here the special periods always starts immediately after the last normal period. The special periods start immediately after the last normal period. There cannot be any gap, and there should not be any gap between last normal period and the first special period. Write down this point also. Write down this point also. The special periods immediately starts. The special periods immediately starts after the last normal period. After the last normal period. See. So in the fiscal year variant, what do we do? In the fiscal year variant, we define the number of normal posting periods and the number of special posting periods. That's why that is called variant. Here, variant means an object for which some values are defined. So in the case of fiscal year variant, we define how many number of normal periods you want to have and how many number of special periods you want to have. That's why that is called fiscal year variant, right? So for the purpose of general ledger accounting, the number of normal posting periods are 12 and the maximum number of special posting periods are 4. So the total maximum number of posting periods for the general ledger accounting is 16. Continue the paragraph, please. The normal periods are mandatory. The normal periods are mandatory. The special posting periods are optional. The special posting periods are optional. The special posting periods are optional. The normal posting periods are used. The normal posting periods are used to post the adjustments. Sorry. The normal posting periods are used to enter the day-to-day business transactions. To enter the day-to-day business transactions. The special posting periods are used. The special posting periods are used to post the adjustments to the previous books of accounts. To post the adjustments to the previous books of accounts. Okay, now look at the scheme. It is mandatory that every company code should be assigned with one fiscal year variant. Otherwise, the postings are not possible. For this purpose, we can use the system-defined fiscal year variants, or we can define our own fiscal year variant. See, these are the sum of the system-defined fiscal year variants. Here, V3, April to March, means 12 normal periods and 4 special periods. K4 represents calendar year, January to December, 12 normal periods and 4 special periods. K3 calendar year, 12 normal periods and 3 special periods. V6, July to June, 12 normal periods and 4 special periods. V9, October to September, 12 normal periods, 4 special periods. Like that, the fiscal years, according to the requirements of almost all the countries in the world, have been already defined in the system. So you just have to pick up one fiscal year variant according to your requirements, and that has to be assigned to company. In case, if you don't find the fiscal year variant you want, right? In that case, we can define our own fiscal year variant, right? So while doing the step, again, I will explain some more things. So here, V3, K4, K3, V6, V9, they don't carry any meaning at all. They don't carry any meaning. They represent name of the object. That's it. What is that object? Fiscal year. V3 is on fiscal year. For V3, some values are defined. What are the values? 12 normal periods and 4 special periods. That is the meaning of variant. Now, see the path. Path is starting with SPRO. Means it is the job of the consultant. Yes, Benson, these are standard, right? V3, K4, K3, V6, these are standard, right? So in addition to them, if you want to define your own fiscal year variant, that is also possible, Benson. So SPRO, Financial Accounting New, Financial Accounting Global Settings New, Ledgers, then fiscal year and posting periods, maintain fiscal year variant, maintain fiscal year variant, and see the material. No action required, just to identify which fiscal year variant you want to use for your company code. See, here, our company code is in India, right? So we have to use compulsory April to March as per the law. In addition to April to March, I want to use 4 special periods. For that, V3 is there. See, V3 fiscal year. V3 fiscal year, April to March. Number of posting periods 12. Number of special periods 4. Similarly, we have K4. So K4 means calendar year. 12 normal periods and 4 special periods. Then K0 means 12 normal periods, 0 special periods. I told you, special periods are optional. K1 means calendar year, 12 normal periods and 1 special period. K2, 12 normal periods, 2 special periods. K3, 12 normal periods, 3 special periods. Like that, right? Suppose V6 is there. So you can click on position and you can enter the fiscal year variant. V6, July to June, right? 12 normal periods and 4 special periods. V9, October to September, right? Number of posting period normal periods 12, number of special periods 4. Like that, we can define, see, almost all the fiscal year variants according to the requirements of almost all the countries in the world has been given the system. If you don't find the fiscal year, we can also define our own fiscal year variants. So in this case, you need not do anything. But what is this calendar year? And what is year-dependent fiscal years, right? This we will discuss later on after some classes, right? Write down there. Again, in the middle, some space is there, no? Please write down. We have to select a calendar year. We have to select calendar year for the calendar year fiscal years. We have to select calendar year for the calendar year fiscal years. We should not select a calendar year. We should not select calendar year for the non-calendar year fiscal years. For the non-calendar year fiscal years. We also have to define the periods. We have to define the periods for the non-calendar year fiscal years. We have to define the periods for the non-calendar year fiscal years. But for the calendar year fiscal years, it is not necessary to define the periods. It is not necessary to define the periods. So all these things we will explain later. Later on, I will explain you how to define our own fiscal year variants also, right? So here, actually, you need not do anything in this step. You just have to identify, see, no action required. Just identify which fiscal year variant you want to use for your company. So our company code is in India. So we want to use April to March, then 4 special periods for which V3 is already available there. Suppose if the V3 is not available, we can define. So how to define? I will explain you. It takes another 1 hour to explain you how to define our own fiscal year variants. So you need not do anything in this particular step. Now, assign company code to fiscal year variant. Path is same as above. So whenever you see path is same as above, right? This is called back arrow. This is called back arrow, right? You just have to click on the back arrow till you go to IMG screen. And immediately the step will be there. Assign company code to fiscal year variant. See, Tushyati, she is another user, right, in the server, right? So she's from another batch actually. So she is also doing the same screen, right? That's why the screen was locked for us and it is shown to Tushyati only. So in that case, we have to unlock the screen. How to do that? Click yes on the message. Go to SM12 transaction code. Then enter the username by whom the screen was locked. Then go to menu lock entry list. See, she has locked one screen only. Then again, go to menu lock entry, delete all. So delete all lock entries. Yes, click yes on the message. Now close the performance assistant screen. Now you start the transaction again. SPRO. Financial accounting new. Financial accounting global settings new. Ledgers. Fiscal year and posting periods. Assign company code to fiscal year variant. Click on position. Click on position. Look at the screen, please. This is called warning message. In the first navigation class, I told you, the warning messages are displayed in yellow color, right? So here, no postings are possible without fiscal year variants. And you see the cursor. Cursor is there against the VSL company code. So VSL company code, for the VSL company code, fiscal year variant was not assigned. That's why the system is saying that no postings are possible without fiscal year variants. But this is not our company code. So in your practice also, you may get the same warning messages. So if you get any warning messages, just ignore them. Because this company code was created by some other student and he may assign the fiscal year variant today in his practice. So I told you to ignore the warning message. We have to ignore the warning message. To ignore the warning message, we have to click on enter button in the keyboard. Now it is asking for the company. Company code is equal to SSKH. Company code is equal to SSKH. Click on enter. See, our company code is taken in the first line, right? Against this company code, fiscal year variant V3. Fiscal year variant is equal to V3. Now look at the screen. Here, V3 is an object, right? For this object, fiscal year object, some values are defined. What are the values? 12 normal periods and 4 special periods, right? Now, this object V3 is assigned to SSKH company code, another object. Then the values of V3 are applicable to SSKH company code. That is the meaning of variant principle. So what is the advantage of this variant principle? See, in India, you have the 4 company codes, right? So all the 4 company codes have to follow April to March compulsory, and all the 4 company codes wants to have 4 special periods, right? In that case, for all the 4 company codes, you can assign V3 only. Suppose, for example, SSN is also our company code, SNV3 here. STTR is also our company code, right? SNV3. SUDT is also our company code, SNV3. That is the use of the variant principle, right? Write down one more point there. One fiscal year variant can be assigned to any number of company codes. Any number of company codes. Look at the screen. For the company code SSKH, we assign fiscal year variant V3. Suppose you are doing practice with the company code USA, right? In that case, for that company code, you assign K4, K3, K2, and so on. Click on save. Again, see the message, warning message. No postings are possible without fiscal year variant. This time, the cursor is against SSN. Ignore the warning message. Again, it is showing the warning message for the company code STRN. Now SUDT. So you just have to go on, clicking on enter till you get this request box. So whenever you get this request box, click on enter. Now data was saved. So here, see, I have written clearly in the material. If any warning messages are displayed, ignore the warning message by clicking on enter button in the keyboard. So we have taken nearly 40 minutes. I have taken nearly 40 minutes to explain you the concept, but doing the setting is only 1 minute. This is exactly what you have to understand from the interview point of view. In SAP, how is not important. Even in interview also, right? They will not ask you how to define company code or how to define fiscal year variant. All these things they will not ask you. They will not give you the system and they don't ask you to do the configuration in the interview. What is important in the interview? Why is important? Why fiscal year variant? Why and what are very important in learning the subject. What is fiscal year variant? Why do we need fiscal year variant? But how to create fiscal year variant is not important from the interview point of view. But from the project point of view, it's very important. First, we have to clear the interview, that's our main goal. So in our class, what we have been doing, you might have observed. Everywhere I am explaining the concept first. Then I am showing you the setting. This is how, if you follow like this, right, you get very good clarity of the subject. And most of your doubts are automatically cleared. So in such a depth, I am giving the explanation. What I mean to say here is make use of the training. Make use of the training. See, from your side, you have to be very regular in attending the classes. And every day you have to do the practice. From my side, what I have to do? I have to give the knowledge properly, clearly, and in depth. That's my duty. And you have to, what is your duty? You have to attend the classes regularly and you have to do the practice every day compulsory. Of course, all of us are very busy nowadays, but we have to adjust our schedules so that we can have some time to spend in the system. And also every day, please read the notes. Every day, please read the notes also. So if you follow like this, right, definitely will get the job within 2-3 months of completion of the training. So tomorrow we will see what is chart of accounts, right? Now, questions. Any questions from anybody?
So Jyotish, sir.
Yeah, Jyotish, can you speak a little bit louder?
Yeah, is it audible now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Sir, in the fiscal year variant, for the V3 Indian fiscal year, but I didn't see any checkbox tick like it's no calendar year, non-calendar, or
No. I
fiscal
told
year.
you no. Calendar year is to be selected only for calendar year fiscal years. But for non-calendar year fiscal years, it is not necessary.
That I understood, sir. But in the fiscal year, checkbox also was not ticked. So that's what I saw there. So if we assign that one, so will the system consider it as fiscal year?
Yes.
Okay.
Venkat Rao.
Yes. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, my doubt is in the special period, if we post any entry, so date we need to the system take the automatically on the 31st of March, or we need to be enter the manually.
No, we need to enter the manual. We need to enter the date also manually.
Okay. One more dot, sir. Our holding entities in India, and we are using the fiscal year is V3, like 12 V3 as a April to March.
Okay,
Then if it is my subsidiary company is in US, then it will be follow K4 or V3 only we need to be
no,
follow.
K4.
So
If
that
your subsidiary, no, if your subsidiary company is there in USA, we create a company code, no, right?
yeah,
For
company
the
code.
USA entity, we create company code, right? For that company code, we have to assign the fiscal year K4 or K3, K2, K1.
I see.
Because calendar year must be there in USA. You cannot use April to March in USA. We have to compulsory use calendar year only. In that case, K4.
So
12
in-
normal periods, 4 special periods.
Okay. In that SSKH, this is our holding company. So in that we created the company code, we need to be assigned there only, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you show me that, sir? One.
Suppose here, suppose your company code is 0 to 14, which is in this one. 0008 is your company code, which is there in USA, right? For that, K4 is assigned.
Okay. Okay.
So if every company code we create, no, and they
Yes,
are
sir.
available in the system only. So for the respective company codes, we assign the required fiscal year variance.
Okay.
Got it, Venkat?
Yeah, got it, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Then Chandra.
Sir,
Tell me, Chandra.
yes, sir. Someone is having 4 special posting periods. Okay,
Mm,
and after end of the financial year,
mm,
he is doing entries on special posting periods,
mm,
like in April
mm.
and for 31st March. Correct?
Yes,
Is that you are
yes,
saying? Okay.
yes. Yeah.
And one more thing, if even if is it special period means system day system months or something like that you are saying? If someone is adjusting system manually system date, is it allow us to enter the
No.
enter the
System
data
date we
into
cannot. No. As a functional consultant, we cannot change the system date, right? Only
cannot-
basis as
okay,
a functional consultant, we cannot change the system date, right? But basis consultant can change the system date. But
basis
remember,
consultant can change.
yes.
Okay,
But remember, changing the system date is a crime.
yes, that is okay, but that manipulation can be
Yeah. We
can be
cannot do
there.
that. We cannot do that. Okay.
Yes, for right practice, we cannot do that. But this loophole is there. That is what I want to know.
Yeah, it is there.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And one more point I forgot to tell you, right? That point I will explain in tomorrow's class. Right?
Okay.
I have forgot to tell you one more point. It takes a little bit more time, right? So that point I will explain in tomorrow's class.
Could you please brief it so I will remind you tomorrow?
Yeah,
Otherwise
just
you
please
will-
remind me tomorrow what is it.
Okay, thank you.
Himansh is asking one question. What is the difference between business area and plant? Business area means it's a branch, right? So in the branch, you carry on all your business operations, right? Plant means it is the place where your manufacturing process is carried on. Business area is the organization unit in financial accounting. Plant is the organization unit in logistics module. For the timing, that's only what I can explain you. But we have one topic wherein integration of FI with metals management, right? At that time, I will explain what is exactly the plant. For the time being, remember that business area is the organization in financial accounting. Plant is the organization in metals management, which is also called logistics module. Okay, Himanshu. Okay,
Sir, I have one final doubt, Jyotish.
Jyotish.
So regarding this posting period, a special posting period,
Mm.
now let's say we are in 2023, towards the end of 23 fiscal year, and the special posting period is happening in maybe June.
Mm.
Okay, so by 20, I mean, for the year 23, the results has to be anyway prepared by the company, right? The financial
Mm.
statement.
Mm.
So how does the change have been reflect in the previous that is already released? Or will
Yes,
it be released in the
system makes the automatic adjustments. At this point only, I forgot to tell you, right? So tomorrow, please remind me. I will explain clearly. Okay.
Sure, sure.
Hi Lakshman, is there any WhatsApp group for all these people?
I will create because the batch is not at freezed. Still, some
Okay,
people are joining. Once the batch
so
is freezed, I will create. Once the batch is freezed, I will create the WhatsApp group so that you can post all your doubts in that group.
yeah,
I will create it. Still, some people are joining, right?
yeah, fine.
Okay, then see you tomorrow. Good night and good day.
Thank you.
Good day, sir.
Good day. Thank you.